Welcome back to the cordless vacuum guide, and in this video, we'll be looking at perhaps the smallest robot vacuum in the market, the Switchbot K10 Plus, from a startup that focuses on developing products for home automation. And the K10 Plus is one of their two robot vacuum offerings and the tiniest robot vacuum I've seen. This thing is dwarfed by full-size self-emptying robot vacuums like the S8 Pro Ultra and EcoVacs X2 Omni. Switchbot says that this robot is roughly 50% smaller than a full-size robot, and from what I've seen, this claim might be accurate. It only measures 9.76 inches in diameter, or close to 3 inches less than a full-size robot vacuum. However, the height difference isn't much, measuring 3.62 inches, since the slider cover protrudes on top. Since it uses a laser sensor, it offers precision and efficiency with navigation, but with some quirks I've discovered during the testing phase, which I'll reveal later in this video. Switchbot put in a 3200 mAh lithium-ion battery with a claimed runtime of 100 minutes in the lowest setting, giving it decent range. Since it uses LiDAR, it has recharge and resume, enabling it to clean larger homes. A mapping run is also available to fast-track the map creation process, cutting down the time compared to a traditional run where the robot has to go through every nook and cranny. While the advertorials look impressive, there are inherent disadvantages for any downsized product, and we'll find out in this review if these are enough to dissuade you from considering it. I've put it through a grueling series of tests to find out, so grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. First, let's go through the features. The Switchbot K10 Plus is classified as a mini robot vacuum but has full-size functionality, as evidenced by its mid-level pricing. Unlike cheap mini robot vacuums that could barely pick up anything, the K10 Plus has enough power to pick up even heavy stuff like sand. But there are design compromises due to the small frame. One is the brush roll placement, which is behind the wheels. Ideally, you want a brush roll in front of the wheels to maximize coverage, but Switchbot put it behind so that it could put a wider brush. The difference between the K10 and a full-size brush isn't much, but the wheels in front of it block some of the debris. Another is the mopping bracket, which sits on top of the brush roll cage, so it cannot vacuum and mop simultaneously. Unlike most full-size robots that use a reusable mopping cloth, the Switchbot K10 Plus uses disposable wipes, and it comes with a pack of 30, which you can store inside the base station. The base station also is tiny compared to a full-size self-emptying robot, and it has its obvious advantages, one of which is fitting inside tiny homes. Despite its small stature, it has a decent-sized 4-liter bag that can hold dirt for up to 70 days, based on Switchbot's claim. To help reduce the base station size, it uses a vertical port that connects to a slot behind the robot's dustbin. Switchbot says it has up to 2,500 pascals of suction, which is a decent number, but based on tests, it struggles with certain debris types, which we'll look at later in this video, so make sure to watch till the end. The most obvious for me is the tiny frame of the robot, allowing it to fit in areas a full-size robot cannot. This robot could go around this maze and under this rack, something not possible with the other brands I've tested. While the body fit under this sofa, this protrusion prevented it from going further, which is a downside for a robot with a top-mounted LiDAR. Since this robot is light, it's easy to carry and move to different areas without breaking a sweat. After the vacuum completes its run, return it to the base station to empty. The use of a LiDAR sensor provides precision with navigation and thoroughness. This robot mimics Roborock in that it toggles between edge cleaning and a standard run where the robot goes in back and forth passes. However, it can only do a 2-pass run, which is one less than Roborock, which I think is enough since the robot's dustbin is tiny. While coverage is decent, the small capacity hampers how much it can pick up. Since this robot doesn't have a full bin sensor, it will not dock until the cycle is finished. The app only has a time-based system for emptying the dustbin, but it cannot determine whether the dustbin is full. You could see in the clip that once the threshold was exceeded, pickup suffered. Another thing I like is the bag capacity of 4 liters, which is larger than some full-size options. Also, it has ample space around it where you could place an extra bag or two and a pack of wipes. Pickup is decent for a low airflow robot vacuum. It was above average at picking up sand and got decent scores in the carpet cleaning experiments. But it struggled heavily with certain debris types I'll share in the things I don't like section we'll look at in a bit. Switchbot also delivers on the app, which is the next thing I like. Consumers can download the app by scanning this QR code or searching for Switchbot. It has features available in premium level robot vacuums. These include the live map, containment such as virtual walls, and no-go zones, selective room cleaning, area cleaning, mapping run, and map saving. There's also quick access to the self-emptying function if you need it on the fly. Lastly is the low noise levels, which is one of the benefits of using a weaker motor. This robot ranges between 57 and 66 decibels. Even the base station doesn't make as much noise during the self-emptying cycle, not even breaching 70 decibels. One negative side effect of the weak airflow is the poor deep cleaning performance, as this robot only picked up an average of 55.14% in 2 tests. Also, it struggled with certain debris types on hard floors, namely quinoa and pet litter. But for some reason, this robot scattered these around badly. The good news is it wasn't an issue on carpet. While the robot's small stature enabled it to go into areas a full-size robot vacuum cannot, its algorithm is too aggressive. What I mean is, it moves forward and backward aggressively, even with an obstacle in place like this chair leg. It got wedged several times, and I had to dislodge it before it flashed an error message. Another time, it tried to climb the base of this LED strobe. One reason I think why this is the case is because of the 20mm obstacle crossing, which is high for a robot vacuum. So there's a possibility that the robot will wedge underneath these types of chairs. Another thing I don't like is the mopping performance. Using disposable wipes only works for light-duty tasks, but will not work on stains, especially sticky ones like juice. I tried this on the stain test using red wine and grape juice stains, and the robot stalled badly. And since it doesn't have a mop lift feature, and the disposable wipe is held by 2 clips and 2 Velcro sheets under the bracket, it easily gets dislodged if it touches a rug or carpet. This robot struggled to clean hair, barely picking up anything in the 5 and 7-inch experiments, and most of the strands wrapping on a brush. Lastly is the inability of the base station to empty contents out of the robot's dustbin if it's full. I do a coverage test for all robot vacuums I test by scattering Quaker oats in this small room to see how much the robot picks up. And while the K10 Plus picked up a lot, filling the dustbin to the brim, the base station didn't get a single crumb out, which is an issue since the dustbin only has a single port and no release valve for the air to pass through to facilitate the movement of debris. It's one of the inherent trade-offs you must consider before purchasing this robot. With a small frame, there are limitations with the design you'll have to live with to enjoy the benefits of a lightweight and compact robot vacuum that can reach areas a full-size one cannot. It's best suited for smaller homes where its tiny frame can maneuver around tight spots and into areas larger robots cannot enter. Cleaning performance is decent, but don't expect it to clean high quantities of dirt with its tiny dustbin. I wouldn't recommend this for heavy-duty mopping tasks, since the robot will stall when mopping stains and the pad gets easily soiled after cleaning this small area. Let me know if you'll consider getting the Switchbot K10 Plus and the reasons why or why not. Check the links below to learn more about this product. Like and subscribe if this video has been helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next video.